Did you know that NBA superstar Anthony Edwards didn't realize he was destined to dominate the basketball court until he hit the ripe old age of 10?
Driving. Oh! Hide your wife! Hide your kids!
Edwards actually played football until the age of 10 before transitioning to basketball after seeing his brothers play the sport.
Steal here, look out.
Anthony Edwards!
Fast forward to today, he is now one of Minnesota Timberwolves' greatest players, dropping a sweet 158 points this season. Some even say he could be the next Michael Jordan with his jaw-dropping gameplay. There's a lot you've got to know about this NBA superstar, from where it all started to how he got a name for himself today, and that's exactly what we have in store for you. Let's take a moment to get to know the man and his incredible basketball journey. It was during his high school years when Edwards started making waves on the court and shared his passion at youth camps. Playing for Holy Spirit Preparatory School, he became a star, earning 5-star ratings, McDonald's All-American, and USA Today All-USA First Team honors. College at Georgia was a game changer. SEC Freshman of the Year, NBA Draft Declaration, this rising star shines bright. He chose the Bulldogs because he had his sights set on playing for the legendary coach Tom Crean, who mentored some of his all-time favorite players, Dwayne Wade and Victor Oladipo. And when this baller made his debut, he pretty much left everyone in amazement with 24 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 steals. That's the most points scored by a Georgia freshman debutant since the iconic Dominique Wilkins back in '79. Edwards also had a jaw-dropping season high of 37 points, lighting it up against the mighty Michigan State with 33 of those points in the second half. The dude was a one-man highlight reel, adding 6 rebounds, 4 steals, and 3 blocks to his stat sheet. As a freshman, he was a force worth taking seriously, averaging a cool 19.1 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 2.8 assists per game. Not only was he the leading scorer for his team, but he also dominated the national scoring charts. No surprise, he scooped up the SEC Freshman of the Year award and landed a spot on the All-SEC second team. Edwards stormed the NBA after being selected first overall by the Minnesota Timberwolves in the 2020 NBA Draft. And guess what? He was only 20 years old at the time. In his first game, he scored 15 points, grabbed 4 rebounds, and gave out 4 assists, demonstrating to the world what he's capable of. But that was just the start for Edwards. He quickly made headlines when he scored a career-high 42 points against the Phoenix Suns, becoming the 3rd youngest player in NBA history to do so. Edwards engraved his name in the record books once more when he became a member of an exclusive club of players who scored over 2,000 points in their first 100 NBA games before the age of 20. In April 2022, Edwards received his first taste of playoff action. He had a tremendous game in his debut postseason game against the Memphis Grizzlies, scoring 36 points and giving out 6 assists. In the same month, he also reached his all-time highest score of 49 points with 6 rebounds and 4 assists against the San Antonio Spurs. Although the Timberwolves were eliminated in the playoffs, Edwards' efforts were not overlooked. Fast forward to this year's playoffs, Edwards made multiple groundbreaking records, averaging 31.6 points, 5.2 assists, and 5.0 rebounds in 5 games in the 2023 playoffs. But who is this dynamic NBA superstar beyond the hardwood? Well, Edwards was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. Sadly, his mother and grandmother both lost their lives to cancer, passing away on different 5th days of the month. To pay tribute to them, Edwards proudly wears the number 5 jersey whenever he plays, a symbol of his love and respect. Growing up, he was raised by his sister Antoinette and brother Antoine. When it comes to sports, Edwards isn't just an NBA superstar. Before he decided to go ballin', he was actually a football player. In fact, he once had an interview where he mentioned that football is his first love. Edwards was asked about his interest outside of basketball. And boy, did he shock NBA fans with his response. He admitted, "I'm still not really into it. I love basketball. Basketball is my heart. But football is where I started, so I'll never forget about that. But hold on, don't get the wrong idea. Basketball is still his number one passion. He sees it as more than just a game. It's his job and what he's dedicated to. Aside from football, Edwards also amazed his fans by stating that he loves to play bowling. Off the court, Edwards is described as charismatic, confident, and an all-around great guy. He brings joy and humor to interviews, making for some entertaining sound bites. Oh, and a little bit about his romantic life. Edwards has a girlfriend named Janine Roble. They've been together since before Edwards became an NBA player. Anthony Edwards is not only a gifted athlete, but he also brings his family, values, and passion for the game with him every day. Back in 2020, as the first overall draft pick, Edwards signed a lucrative 4-year contract worth $44.27 million. That's some serious money for a young and talented player like him. This year, Anthony Edwards is estimated to have a net worth of around $14 million, and it's safe to say that number will only be on the rise. Just recently, in July 2023, the Minnesota Timberwolves further solidified their commitment to Edwards by offering him a 5-year designated max rookie extension. It's no surprise they want to keep him as one of their key players. With such impressive deals and his immense potential, Edwards is not just making waves on the court, but also making his bank account flourish. Now, Edwards is not only making a splash with his NBA contracts, but also rocking some sweet endorsement deals. He joined the elite Adidas NBA team, rubbing shoulders with big names like Damian Lillard and James Harden. You can spot him on the court sporting the stylish Adidas BYW line, but before that, he was also rocking the Dame 6s and the Nike Zoom Freak 1 sneakers. Now, Edwards is expected to return for the 2023-24 season, and this time he's rumored to be getting his very first signature Adidas shoe. That's right, his own custom kicks. It's a true testament to his rising stardom and the impact he's making in the world of basketball. But hey, Edwards, much like all the other biggest names in the NBA, has got his fair share of ups and downs, even wrong decisions. On September 2022, Anthony Edwards faced consequences for his actions when the NBA fined him $40,000 for making anti-gay remarks in an Instagram video that went viral. The video, which has since been deleted, showed Edwards using homophobic language to describe a group of people he was filming. With a substantial following of 1.2 million on Instagram, his words had a wide reach. Recognizing the gravity of his actions, Edwards took to Twitter on September 11th to issue an apology. If you ask the biggest names in the NBA, they would all tell you the same thing. Reputation and legacy extends beyond their performance in the game. They understand that their names carry weight and that preserving their legacy requires both personal growth and making a positive impact beyond the game of basketball.